Hey boys and girls, I hope everyone did a great job finishing up chapter 1. We are moving on to chapter 2. This is chapter 2, lesson 1, multiplication comparisons. When I read a multiplication sentence, a lot of times I say sets of. Do you see how I made the multiplication when I said sets of, groups of? You could also say times as many as. That's what multiplication is. You're saying I have a bunch of sets that are all equal. And in this case, you have 5 sets of 4. You have 5 sets of 4. You have 5 times as many as 4. And then we have the word is. And then our friend equals. If I said 5 times 4 is 20, you'd probably know exactly what I meant. 5 times 4 is the same value as 20. If I had 5 sets of 4, I would have 20. So whenever I see that equal sign and I have to look at words, the word is a lot of times will go with equals. Okay, so when you go on to number 4, is. And then, of course, times. Well, that's kind of a helpful hint, isn't it? Right? So we look up here. It says 48 equals 8 times 6. 48 is the same value as 8 sets of 6. 48 is 8 times as many as 6. Groups of, sets of, times as many as. Okay? Moving down to write an equation. Now I'm on number 5. Number 5 says 2 times as many as 8 is 16. Well, I'm going to start with the 2. 2 times as many as 8. And what did we say is? Is the same value as 16. Okay? Let's look at number 6. 42 is 6 times as many as 7. Here's an equation for that, just like the directions say. 42 is the same value as, oh, I almost covered the 6. 6 times as many as 7. So don't get overwhelmed by the words. Just think about what they mean and how they relate to math symbols, like the equal sign and the multiplication sign. Here we go down to number 11 in problem solving. Okay? Now this is where we can really apply what we just talked about, how words and symbols in math, signs in math go together. Okay? Number 11, I'm reading that out loud now. Alan is 14 years old. This is twice as old as his brother James is. How old is James? Let's see here. I know Alan is 14 years old. And then it says this is. So when they say this, they're talking about that age. They're saying 14 is. Okay, 14 is twice as old as his brother James. Now there's a word in here, twice. What does that word mean, twice? If I say clap your hands twice, you'd clap your hands 2 times. Twice is 2. So if 14 is twice as old as his brother James, it's 2 times as old. twice as old as his brother James is. How old is James? I'm going to go back reading. 14 equals or is 2 times, how old is James? 2 times what is 14, basically. That's a nice basic fact for you. Okay? So you, of course, have to write 7 years old. Let's go to number 12 now. And again, thinking about those words, I want to start reading number 12. There are 27 campers. This is 9 times as many as the number of counselors. How many counselors are there? Let's see. Rereading. Like always, right? There are 27 campers. This is, well, what are they talking about? This is. They're talking about the 27. So, the 27 campers is, and then we're reading, 9 times as many as the number of counselors. 9 times as many as the number of counselors. 27 is 9 times the number of counselors. Another beautiful basic fact. 27 is the same value as 9 times 3. So how many counselors are there? 3 counselors. All right, on the back, okay? This is the lesson review, number 2. I'm starting on number 2, not on the first one, okay? Which comparison sentence best represents the equation? And don't get cuckoo with this comparison sentence. It's exactly what we've been doing. We're just comparing sets of things to a number, okay? Like sets of stuff compared to that number. Oh, they're equal, okay? So let me see. 5 times 9 equals 45. All right, let me look at the choices. I'm looking at A. 5 more than 9 is 45. 5 more than 9. When I think of more than something, I don't think of sets of. Sets of is when you have groups of 5. There's a group of 5. There's a group of 5. There's a group of 5. But when you are reading 5 more than, I kind of can think about a number line, and so 5 more than 9. Like if I was on a number line and there was 9, I would think of just 5 more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what operation is that? That's just adding, right? 5 more than 9. Where did I end up? Of course, I'm 14. So we're saying that 5 plus 9 is 45. Okay, and let's look at B. 9 is 5 times as many as 45. So let's write 9 is the same as 5 times as many as 45. 5 times as many as 45. Okay, let's see if this is logical. 5, I just said 5. 9 equals 5 times 45. Ugh. I think 5 times 45 would be a lot more than 9. So, sorry, B. Let's look at C. 5 is 9 times as many as 45. Okay? 5 is the same as 9 times as many as 45. Let's see if this is a reasonable number sentence. 5 equals 9 times 45. Again, I think 9 times 45 is going to be a lot more than 5, right, boys and girls? Now, we only have choice D left, but I'm going to check it. I just like to check and make sure things make sense. 45 is 5 times as many as 9. 45 is the same value as 5 times as many as 9. 45 equals 5 times 9. Winner! D is the answer. All right, guys. It's going to be our last one. It's number 5, and this is our spiral review. We're going back to Chapter 1, Lesson 6. It's really good for your brain to go back and review things you've learned a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago, even a couple of years ago. It's really, really good for you. So be sure you do these review problems thoughtfully. Number 5, I'm going to read this right now. Sean and Leah are playing a computer game. Sean scored 72,491 points. Remember how you read these big numbers? That comma, I'm going to say a word, that's not a number, okay? So 72,491. Leah scored 19,326 points more than Sean. How many points did Leah score? Oh my goodness, you guys know exactly what I'm going to do. Reread. Okay, Sean and Leah are playing a computer game. Check. Sean scored 72,491 points. I'm going to write that over here since I wrote all over it. Leah scored 19,326 points more than Sean. How many points did Leah score? Oh, so Leah scored more than Sean. She scored 19,326 points more than Sean. Okay, so let's add these carefully. 6 plus 1 is 7, and then 9, 10, 11. We have to regroup. Boop, boop. So, oh, here's a 5. I can make a 5. I like to do that too. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Regroup. And then 7, 8, 9. 91,817 points from Leah. There it is. All right, great work, boys and girls. Be sure to do everything your teacher says on the rest of this page.